Update 1.18.1's test server is up and running. As you can see from the background, I'm testing out this new Onslaught K mode where we have the skill-based matchmaking and 7 vs 7 action. More about that in a second, because in today's video I'm overall going to cover what this update has to offer, featuring free 6 cents for everyone, Onslaught mode, new personal reserves, map rebalancing, map changes, and some other things. So let's dive right into it. And first up, let's talk about free 6 cents for everyone. What does that mean is that every single commander in this game is going to get 6 cents as a free skill, or well, built into it basically. It is not even classified as a skill anymore. As you can see from here, you know, this is simply sitting next to your commander. This is absolutely fantastic news for all the vehicles which had a very little amount of crew members and where the commander was under heavy pressure. For example, like this T100LT, where the commander had to do the loading on the side of all the other skills over here, or Manticore, which has only 2 crew members, or you know, many other vehicles over here. And also, as you can see with the special crewman, which has the 0 skill perks and which had the, for example, 6 cents as built-in skill, you are able to pick another skill for free on the top of that, and you can basically, you know, select what is needed over here. Like, I don't know, repairs, for example, you can go with that. Depends on the crew, depends on the vehicle. It is absolutely fantastic. Change what they did for lower tiers, for higher tiers, definitely. Like, you can get away without 6 cents in tier 1, in tier 2 battles, because those battles over there are quite chaotic anyway. But this overall absolutely fantastic thing they added. Next up, let's talk about the new personal reserves. So this is what caused a lot of drama at first, because they announced that the personal reserves with the expiration date are coming with update 1.18.1, but they reverted that, and it is not going to be coming with this update, also with the new battle pass, but they basically are building it in, they are making it ready to go, but when exactly are those reserves coming in, well, we do not know that. But in this update we can already see this new UI for the personal reserves, for example. So once again, let's head back into the garage and we can find those reserves right over there. Hovering over it, you can see how many of which boosters you have, and if you click on it, you can activate those over here. So we have 2 personal reserves. We have the standard ones and we have the improved ones. The improved ones are those special yellow ones which are never going to have expiration date, and all the boosters which are converted are also never going to have expiration date. And if you have a very high amount of free experience, 300% boosters, for example, you can get a massive win actually, because my 441 300% free experience boosters were also converted into free and crew XP, because they are merging those 2 personal reserves, and now 1 personal reserve is actually giving you 2 values. So you can see this improved one over here giving you 300%. You can also purchase them with gold, as you can see over here. So if I activate that, you can see the timer. If I activate this, you know, you can see the timer, and I can activate the credits as well. 50% credit booster right over here. Previously, you know, you were able to activate only 3 boosts at once, but then merging those 2 into 1, basically you get 4 boosts at the same time. But you know, the conversion, you should not lose. Like, nobody should lose. Most players, I would say most players are actually going to win with this conversion. You're getting more value out of it, but you know, there were some very rare boosters, like credit boosters, for example, which had like plus 100% or 200% credits. Well, those, yes, those are going to be hammered a bit, but I would say we didn't have too many of them. So this is how the new personal reserve screen looks like. You know, it is cleaner, yes, than before. Every single booster now is converted into 1 hour booster as well, so we are not going to have 2 hour, 4 hour, I don't know, 6 hour boosters. Everything is 1 hour on the top of that. So personal reserves coming up with update 1.18.1. Nothing changed about the clan boosters. You still have to activate those under the stronghold or under the clan page. Nothing changed with those. And how the conversion works, how the merging works, well, I made one full dedicated video about that. that actually already. I'm going to leave that link in the description. But long story short, let's say you have 100 units of 200% 1 hour crew XP boosters, and you have 200 units of 200% 1 hour free XP boosters. Well, basically they are taking what you have more of, and they are going to turn the bigger number into both boosters. So they are ignoring the 100 200% crew XP boosters you had. They are going to turn the 200 free XP boosters into both. Yes, you can argue that previously you had 300 boosters in total, 100 crew XP boosters and 200 free XP boosters, but now you have 200 both free and crew XP boosters. I would say, for me personally, if you have more free XP boosters than crew XP boosters for the same value, and free XP is going to be turned into both, well, in my opinion, you win, because the crew XP booster is just so much more valuable, at least for me personally. Anyway, feel free to check out the video as well on more details. Next up, let's talk about maps. As we can see, more maps to receive balance tweaks. We have Malinovka over here, we have some other maps, so let's go over them and let's see what they did. For example, on Malinovka, this hill over here is going to receive some extra support for the North team. As you can see, right over here, they added this little balcony, so if you are going to make a play later in the game, or, maybe if you want to do that early in the game, you can do that. If you push down from this side or in the water, through the water, you are able to make some maybe hull down beaks, aggressive beaks, and shooting the base camping tank destroyers and whatnot from this little balcony. So definitely adds a bit of gameplay for one side with a little protective rock over here as well. So not in every single match, I don't see this being useful. In some matches, definitely it will be useful. The north spawn, north base, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be a bit more flat, so maybe some early base sniping or sniping later in the game from this position simply made easier, and people are not able to, or tanks are not able to hide behind this little slope anymore. On the other side, I really do not understand what they did over here. Maybe a little bit of the rain changes, but nothing that catches my eye too much right over here. Maybe they made this ground a bit more lighter, right? Anyway, moving on, next map is Sand River, and Sand River, you can see that a new rock formation in A6 will protect vehicles running up that hill and will allow them to fire back at the enemy sitting in D7. Yes, previously, one side had a massive advantage if you pushed on the dunes, which are, off the map or off the screen right now. You were able to get free shots into everyone who was trying to get up here, and this side actually didn't have this luxury. This side didn't have this type of play, no counterplay basically, but now adding those rocks right over here, hull down position, extra protection just to get up over there, definitely balances this out a bit. For the Sand River, DK0 over here, they added a little passage for artilleries or for tank destroyers defending the bush coming from this side. So if you lose all your tanks over there, now if you bark E3, for example, what you are able to get up there easily, this seems to be kind of a hull down position as well. So if you bark E3 over there, this will be very hard to push from this side and flank the entire team from this side from now on. Definitely. Also on Sand River, the landscape will change and new positions with various firing ranges will appear. So this is what we have right now, and look what they're going to do. They're going to make this a bit wider, so more room to play over here, and also a little passage. They made this a bit lower, this area, added some extra protection up over there, and they also changed this part of the map. And also over here, as you can see, different angle for this view, but also this area is a lot more protected. It was way wider than the other side. The other side was very narrow. You had ways to escape. Over here you had only this protection right over here, but very wide. But now look at that, a lot more cliffs or rocks added over here extra RT protection as well, because this part of the map really didn't protect you from RT. Some RTs were simply able to curve over this and hit your engine deck, bam, just like that, set on fire, blow up a GG garage, right? And the same thing from a different view. So definitely is going to change the game. In the middle of the map you can see more protection. You can just keep peeking from this side as well, and you are a lot more safe than you previously were. Where previously you only had those houses to protect, now you're able to push up here way safer. Fisherman's Bay, quite a bit of changes over here. So previously, this is the previous thingy, they basically made, as they say, the approach to the town center from the northern base will become safer. The key positions will make it more convenient to side scrape. They actually added some very play-makey side scraping positions up here as well. So this is the previous version. Many houses over here changed, plus they moved this house right over there, as you can see. Basically relocating some houses or replacing smaller houses with bigger houses. Moving on, same view, and also pay attention on the left part. Right over there. They added a little bus stop, basically. Bus stop, a little pocket right here, which, you know, if you take very good side-scraping vehicle, very good reverse side-scraping vehicle, you are able to push up right away and simply side-scrape your battle and deal some damage that way. Just countering the other side up over there, or alternatively up over there. Depends, you know, which side is pushing and going there first. And also some changes up over here. Up over here, made the house a bit wider, got the corner right over there, and also pay attention at the very back, previously and now. Okay, more about that in a second. In the middle they added a lot more protection, so it is harder now to push forward, simply, you know, to get the early pushing on. Basically, whichever team was able to push the middle to the other side were able to cross the road, you know, easy free sniping out in the open field. Previously you didn't have any protection over here, you were getting banged, but now you're able to hide behind the houses right over there, and same goes to the other side. Simply extra protection. And same view right over here. This house was removed, as you can see. House removed, and a bit of the terrain changes as well. Basically, I guess this is like more hull downy position now. It is not that shallow climb anymore. And this is the position I was talking about before. So previously some tanks were able to hide in this pocket and simply snipe away in the city, and there were some trees. If you were knocking toes over, you were able to do that without getting spotted, but now they removed most of the trees, and also they removed this pocket right over there. Or maybe behind this you have a chance, but I don't think so. If they went with this play, removing this pocket and this position right over here, I would say you are not able to get down there, but you know, maybe. I still do not think so. And the final map is Immelsdorf, and over here they only did one thing, but I really do love it, because previously, you know, the south spawn always had the hull down area. This was fixed with update 1.18. They added a lot more hull down positions for the north base as well, behind those castles, but there was one other thing what south spawn had, what north spawn didn't have. The south spawn was always able to get to the hull down position without getting detected, without getting side banged, you know, going up the hill, but now with this 1.18.1 they added a huge pocket right over here, and you are also able to get into your hull down position in the north spawn without getting banged right away at the start of the battle. So this is what they did on the Immelsdorf in update 1.18.1, and those are all the map changes. And finally, let's talk about the Onslaught K mode as well, which is the new upcoming K mode. You already saw me playing one battle in the Kranvagn, so this is basically 7 versus 7 battle in researchable and collectors tier 10 vehicles only, so no reward vehicles like 907, Chieftain, 279E, just the Tech 3 vehicles basically. The matchmaking by players ratings in the mode, so the better you're doing, the better your enemies are going to be in the future, like ranked battles basically. You have upgradable role skills based on the vehicle roles, like in this battle where I decided to pick IS-4. I have the HP recovery, which allows me to recover some of my hit points. In the previous battle you saw me playing with Kranvagn that had the like gun handling and the reload time boost. Basically that actually boosted the reload time between shots as well. Depends on your level what you are able to upgrade if you deal damage. As you can see under number 7 I have the HP. The more damage I do, the bigger my skill is going to be, and when you reach the final level, you know, you get the maximum value out of that basically. If you hover over it, you will see how much different levels give you. So you also have the artillery zone, for example, which I was able to cap actually. Right now I'm not using it because I'm actually waiting for a couple tanks to be side by side, and now I can see that 63P and Minotaur are side by side, and I'm going to stun those two tanks with that zone right over there, hoping to help out my teammates while taking out IS-4 at the same time. Next, the victim is going to be E100. There is also one more zone. This is the UAV zone, basically, or just spotting zone. Let's call it spotting zone, which reveals every single vehicle position on the map for a short amount of time. This is called the point of interest. And you also have the option to play super platoons of 7 players in this game mode, which basically means, you know, if you have 7 friends or clanmates, you're all able to jump into the same battle. So I think I'm going to make one full dedicated video about this in the upcoming days, so stay tuned for that. But you know, this is just a quick introduction for you. This is available on the test server right now. You are able to select your vehicle at the start of the battle, looking at what the map is. Like I had the VZ55 selected for the Westfield in the first battle, but you know, Kranvagn, of course, Kranvagn, completely hull-down beast. That vehicle fits the best for that map, for example. And you know, quite a nice score out of this as well. You're able to see what your allies picking, and you are able to, you know, make your vehicle choice based on that, or simply what you have. Because tier 10 vehicles, not everyone has 10 billion tier 10 vehicles to choose from. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is update 1.18.1 so far. If they're going to add anything else, well, you can be sure that I'm going to cover it over here, so stay tuned for that. What do you think about this so far? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let me know, would you like to see a dedicated Onslaught video or not, or have you already seen enough? I thank you so much for tuning in. I catch you next time with something else. Take care and bye.